Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elias here with Weekly Wrestling Heat. We're back with another episode. What's going
Yes,
on? My boy
yes.
Moy's here with us today.
Took a week off. I came back. Angel really chunked our ratings, I saw, so I had to come back. I'm like the Roman Reigns while Angel is the Drew McIntyre. Um, but really quick, Elias, we gotta get a quick moment of silence in. Our boy Urgent has a match on Dark tonight. Do you know who he's
I know,
facing?
right? Lance Archer.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets a move or two in. Um,
hopefully we get to have him back on the show one day.
yeah. I do like how they moved it to Universal Studios because I feel like it'll give a lot more of that indie talent dates. So
you know what the good thing about them moving to AEW moving to Universal Studios is the fact that in Universal Studios you get to actually um hone the local talent or the indie talent, as you call it. So you get to spotlight all these people, which is something that I wish WWE would have done a long time ago, which is a benefit to AEW of what they're doing. So
NXT last week, I don't know if you saw the promo with the ladies man guy when he opened the door for the two women. Um,
yeah,
Venice, the Tamil Indian talent, was actually the extra who walked in front of the women and got beat up. I'm trying to get him on the show in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to get in contact with him. He's worked some AEW Dark, and he had that one appearance for NXT. Want to see, want to get him on the show, see if NXT is doing tryouts like regular, because he has tried out for WWE before. So I want to see if it's the same
yeah.
tryout or if it's different now.
No, I agree. I think it's a good benefit. I think it's a good benefit to have them do that. So we'll see. Let's see if we get them on the show, and then we'll go from there. Um, so what do we want to talk about today? What do we want to start off with? Because this past week Grand Slam. We didn't talk about that.
We got
So
Extreme Rules,
what Extreme
or
Rules?
one Extreme Rules and a bunch of matches.
Well, I kind of said this on the chat earlier because we have our own chat. So a lot of the stuff that's going on with with the pay per views surround that one match. Like Blood and Guts had one Blood and Guts match. Royal Rumble is that one match. So I think instead of then saturating us with multiple matches, I think that they were trying to go to that. All right, the name of the game is Hell in a Cell. We'll have one or two matches, Hell in a Cell matches, and call it a day. Same thing with Extreme Rules. Which
and
apart from the end of Extreme Rules, I I mean the ending of the match of the Extreme Rules match. I thought that that match itself was pretty badass.
I did too. I actually enjoyed the match. I thought the ending was dumb, but I wish they would have put that Priest and Sheamus match on the one that they had last night, because those guys. Oh man, you saw the battle scars on them.
Yeah, no, they definitely went in on each other on yesterday. We'll skip around since we're just skipping around now. Um, I really enjoyed Raw yesterday. And I usually say like I enjoy it, like certain parts of it, but yesterday I thought that they did something different. They showed a lot of talent that they really didn't show, even with the 24/7 title. Like I thought that they did something different with the 24/7 title. I think that that's the route they should take with it instead of being like a actual. I think they should probably convert it into another title and just call it something else because, like honestly, I feel that Reggie holding it was a good thing for them, and especially with Drake Maverick and all them. I thought it's a good shine, a good way to showcase the rest of the talent that's not getting enough TV time.
And the thing is, the Ricochet and Reggie match made you want more after the
Yeah,
disqualification. So yeah, which it was kind of weird because they said it would be like a hardcore title, yet there's a disqualification. But whatever, they can figure those things out.
yeah, no, I agree. I thought that disqualification was kind of dumb since it is the 24/7 title. Why are you going to disqualify it? But nonetheless, I want to talk about somebody, Shayna Basler. Shayna Basler, the past 2 weeks has been going back to that old Shayna Basler that we all came to like.
You'll get my thoughts on her towards our segment we're going to do at the very end of the show. So no spoilers on my end, which I think you already know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
End of the show, me
You
and
know,
Elias are doing a mock draft. We're doing 4 rounds. So Elias is going to get 3 picks. SmackDown's going to get 2 picks. We're going to do 4 rounds. So he gets 12, I get 8. And we're going to do no champions because usually the champions switch, but we're going to do no champions. We're going to do, you have to take the whole tag team. And we're going to let's put the NXT free agent pool in there, like the Dakota, Mia Yim, Austin Theory class in there. Tommaso Ciampa, not Ciampa, sorry, Thatcher. Like the people that haven't been on 2.0 yet. So Mia Yim,
right.
all them. All right, cool. All right, so
I do want to bring up a thing that happened yesterday that I kind of did want more of, that kind of I didn't get, but what at the end of that segment was kind of a satisfying thing. I kind of want to see Doudrop and Charlotte go at it in a full match. I thought that Doudrop for the amount of time that they gave her, she looked really good against Charlotte.
I think they really need to get rid of that name. And so she's not part of my draft, but I'm hoping that maybe they draft her as Piper Niven. But we're jumping all around. Let's talk about the Naomi Sonya Deville stuff really quick because, oh man, Sonya made reference to it yesterday too when she was backstage with Adam Pearce. He's like, Doudrop deserves to be on TV. Naomi just popping up everywhere, and they said that WWE kind of just like fell into this. But if they did, it was great. If they didn't, and it's written for, it's even better. But that crowd on Friday was hardcore behind her.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that the whole presentation of it since Naomi got to SmackDown has been hella nice. The whole build up that hopefully it pays off with a match and we see Sonya back in the active roster. I'm down for it. I'm willing to see that. I think
because Sonya can take the loss to Naomi and be like, all right, respect, and like get up, shake your hand, and you can move forward with that story. And one thing that I like, but they didn't pull the trigger on, which I was scared they would. Right after that segment, they showed the Usos backstage. I was like, oh crap, man! I feel like the Usos are going to go, Sonya, we need to talk, and they're just going to rush this. No, it was Gable and Otis. There was no starting Sonya. I could see eventually down the line them being like, all right, Sonya, now we need to talk. You don't disrespect the bloodline. You don't disrespect my wife.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where if they are leading to that, I think it's getting written out pretty well. And I think that's one thing that people are excited to see what's next with Naomi, because she is turning, I guess, heel, but has the baby face. She's a tweener right now, so nobody really knows if she's going to turn full heel or stay face.
It's like the Usos; they're heels, but when they have a match, you're going to cheer for them because they're high flying, they're energetic, charismatic, And the thing is, you could have Sonya being like, yo, your wife's disrespecting me. And you could have Sonya be like, I'm not like Adam Pearce when Roman scared him, I'll have a match with you. And you can have it go that way where Sonya still looks like the badass authority figure who gets your ass whooped. And then at the end, it's like, respect.
Yeah. No, I could definitely see that. So let's get a little bit into AEW. Grand Slam. What were your overall thoughts of both nights?
So should we finish Raw and SmackDown first? Just so we're not going back and forth between shows.
Yeah.
So I think Big E's looking really good. The Hurt Business revival, I kind of like, but I kind of don't, because when Riddick Moss held Happy Corbin on Friday, a report immediately came out that they're just going to test the waters with this because there's a draft that they could break it up immediately. So I'm hoping they're not doing that with the Hurt Business, because I would love to see that, like a 6-man. I think a 6-man between them would be.
I'm gonna save that my thoughts on that specific subject till when we get to our draft predictions, because I have an interesting one that I think you might like, and I think you may already know what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, no, Big E. I think Big E was a breath of fresh air for Raw, and SmackDown, because shoot, he looks really good regardless of what brand he's on. I think that they're pushing the right people, the right match. I thought that his match against Lashley yesterday was really, both of them was really well. Even with the distractions, I thought that he showed out. I thought that freaking big ending from the second rope was pretty nice. You could tell that both of them were kind of scared to get on top of the ropes, or they were more careful on it because they're big guys. So, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed the main event last night. Even with the spot with the Hurt Business and the Woods and Kingston coming out, that super kick that Xavier Woods gave Cedric Alexander was pretty nice, and then the trust fall from Kofi.
Raw had 3 bangers last night. They had the main event, they had the Priest and Sheamus match, and the Riddle and AJ always put on. But
yeah,
like those 3 matches were all fire. Your boy Angel and Humberto, I don't know if you put them on your list, but maybe you moved into SmackDown with where you're going with your store, or you're Raw. Maybe you moved Dominic. I don't know. I don't know what you did with your draft picks.
I have a certain theory that might actually take place because of the people that are getting drafted, the rumors circling around. So I'll let you know what I think when we get to that aspect.
Okay, cool. And then SmackDown did a very good show as well. Jelena got her first win since coming back. Finally, it sucks. It was over Liv Morgan, but Liv got her win back at Extreme Rules.
Which, by the way, that match for it to be on the pre-show was a really good match, and it shows how good the women's division is. It shows how good Liv is as well. Like that backstabber, whatever springboard to the face that she did on Carmella outside the ring was pretty well thought, and I liked it.
The Montez Ford was highlighted on SmackDown as well. Got that main event match against Roman. They went 2 segments. Yeah, dude, I think that's pretty much all on SmackDown. Happy Corbin just getting the heat. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I even with him adding Riddick Moss as his like partner, I think there's a lot of potential in that one. And then going back to Montez, man, if Montez ever got a solo run outside of Street Profits, I think we got a main eventer on our hands right there. He showed that he could go with Roman.
I would like for them to do something to the extent of what they did with Damian Priest. Like next year's celebrity match, maybe have Montez and Angelo team up with the celebrity. However you want to do it, you know? And then have Montez slowly branch off, but don't break them up. Like keep them like New Day, you know? So, and then just kind of see what you can do with Montez.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that Montez, if they go the New Day route with Street Profits, I think that would be good too. I still want to see. There's a lot of dream matches that I would like.
The only thing that scares me, I think, is if they break them up. I think Angelo's floating and then eventually done. You know?
No, I actually think if they do, I disagree. I think Angelo has a good solid career. He probably can go after they take the Big E route and go after the mid card title first, and then see where it goes. But I still think that they're gonna. I think that I agree with you, and when I think they'll take the New Day route with Street Profits in general.
But if you do want to break them up, you know where Angelo would fit in great? The Alpha Academy.
That or the Hurt Business.
Yeah. I didn't even think of the Hurt Business, but yeah, Angelo. I said Alpha Academy just because he's like one of those real wrestlers. But yeah, the Hurt Business. I think he has the mic skills for that as well. Um, Now, before we go into AEW, anything else on SmackDown or Extreme? Bianca and Becky tore it up, left you wanting
Yeah,
more. Sasha came back looking like $1,000,000.
I thought that match was well done, and then at the end for Sasha to come in was that little cherry on top, where she added the kill heat to herself, and kind of still made Becky look a bit like a tweener, because she's trying to get over as a heel, but having Becky Sasha come back and just demolish both of them was a pretty good thing that they did, and I'm pretty well thought of. Like, nobody really knew that Sasha was coming back on Sunday, so um, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen on Friday with both of them, with all three of them. I'm pretty sure at what's the next pay per view?
Crown Jewel, and then you got Survivor Series,
I think
right?
Survivor Series is next. I
I'm
have heard it.
all three of those women got to stay on SmackDown. Like, I don't think you got to touch any of them, right?
No, you're not gonna touch none of them. I think though we'll get to it when we get to the draft portion of it.
I want to see what you do with your picks, because I think you, like me, there's only a couple of women on SmackDown you can pluck, right? So I want to see
Yeah,
how you did it. So yeah, I definitely want to get to that. So let's dive into AEW. I thought Wednesday's show was very stagnant in the middle.
yeah, I agree. I thought that. Well, to be honest with you, I thought that putting the Danielson Omega match first and them over delivering on the match
But we're not
was
going to hate on the women
kind
for
of
main event, because
no, no, no,
we've
no, no,
been
no,
talking about that.
no.
Yeah.
No. I thought that the women left me wanting more. But I think it was a hard. I guess it was a hard act to follow afterwards. So the crowd was so into the Omega Danielson match that when that ended, everybody just stayed hyped. So the rest of the matches, I will give credit to the Adam Cole match. Um, that was really good. But other than that, I thought the rest of the show kind of flowed like a roller coaster. It had its good moments and its bad moment, and it went down to a meh moment, and then at the end, it picked up. So, um,
I think they should have moved the Sting tag team match with the MJF match.
I agree.
Like, let Sting come out. You know he's going to get a pop regardless. So let Sting come out right after. And then if you want to break it up, have FTR come out, go to commercial, then have Darby and Sting come out.
Yeah,
But
I also thought that some of the matches that happened on Rampage could have happened on Dynamite.
yeah, Rampage. I wish they would have done the 90-minute special instead of a 30-minute. Like, put one of the matches as a dark match or something, right?
Yeah.
Which apparently a lot of. So, Tony Khan had a rap battle, apparently.
Mm-hmm. And
And then
Lil
apparently he got,
Uzi Vert came out.
he got laid out by Masvidal.
Yeah, he got laid out by Masvidal, which was, I wish they would have shown that. I really wished it. Well, he didn't get laid out. He got ruffled up by America Top Team.
Okay, let's talk about this segment. So you had Jericho and Hager versus the Pretty Gentlemen. What do they go by? The Men of the Year. So
The Men of the Year.
yeah, me and you both do not like this for Ethan Page. Before we see this, I'm digging it a little bit more. I'm going to give it time because I'm kind of digging it now. But I feel like if this does lead to an 8-man or a 10-man or whatever they do with it, I feel like Ethan Page and Scorpio look like the wimps in their group.
Yeah, they look like the weak links because you're putting them with top MMA fighters. Like,
Now,
come on, when you have George Masvidal on the fucking set with you, like if you saw the freaking kick that he gave Jericho, like even Paige Van Zant looked a little tougher than freaking Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Like, like
If this is what would be cool is if Jericho's taking time off because of the cruise and whatnot. If they have top team win and then belittle Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, like, yo, we did this without you, and then Scorpio and Ethan Page get a backbone, and they're like, you know what, Jericho is right, y'all are bitches, and like a turn.
yeah,
But then I feel like Scorpio Sky is the big show of AEW at that point with all the turns.
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, especially because Christopher Daniels is back on Impact.
Yep.
So eventually you're gonna see him come back. They already kind of teased it on BTE of Christopher Daniel coming back. So we're pretty much gonna see Christopher Daniel come back with SCU. So eventually we're gonna see probably a face turn and see SCU fully reunite if
Dude,
they're taking it that route.
if they're going Daniels and Ace Austin at Victory Road, that match is going to be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Alexander and Christian is already going to be fire. What else did they announce? They announced Deonna versus
Mickey James, and then they still haven't announced the tag team title match, and I think it's gonna be Moose versus not Davey Richards, but the other guy?
No, Sammy broke his ankle, remember?
Oh yeah, not Sammy, but
Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards. So yeah. Speaking of Eddie,
Where's Davey? Where's Davey working right now? MLW.
MLW.
What if they're like, yo, you need a partner?
I would love to see the Wolves reunite.
Do they have heat with one another, or are they like good?
I think they're good. I haven't heard of any heat between them. I think they just did their own thing for a while. Because after the Wolves separated, Eddie Edwards went on a solo run, and that's when he started going after the Impact title.
Dude, and then if they win, and then you have the Wolves versus the Good Brothers like down one. Oh my god, sorry, and then, dude, yeah. Oh, your boy,
anyway,
your boy. Wait, we're staying on Impact. Your boy, bro, Mister. Oh, Impact doesn't have enough Bullet Club talent. Your boy Phantasmo is back, so now you have 4/12. You have 1/3 of Bullet Club on Impact.
Hey, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this whole Bullet Club and Impact thing. I still think it's gonna lead to Bullet Club versus the Elite eventually in AEW one day. But here's the interesting part about that is that right now in New Japan, Bullet Club is going through another kind of like not civil war, but kind of a breakup because they're gonna probably end up kicking not Jay White, but they're gonna end up kicking what's his name? Crap.
Chris Bay?
No.
Chase Owens?
No, hold on, I'm looking it up.
Ishimori?
No.
Fale?
No.
Alright, those are all the members I know, so. Man, there's too much wrestling on TV when we gotta look at our notes like this.
Yeah, I know. Oh no. Tama Tonga is teasing on kicking out Jay White from the Bullet Club.
Okay, so you say Civil War, right? Like, again, I'm over here like half into the storyline because I've watched Impact, but I don't watch New Japan. So would it be like they want Chris Bay, Hikuleo, Phantasma, and Jay White all gone?
No. So it's Jay White, and you know how they created a sub faction, the House of Pain or something like that, within Bullet Club. So they're thinking that particular sub faction that was created, which eventually is probably going to be led by Jay White, is going to be that one. Like, you know how when Bullet Club became and the Elite separated, it's going to be something along those lines. where the OGs, the OGBC is gonna actually eventually be the ones that kick them out because they're getting too hot headed or too big headed about themselves.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I so it's interesting because like if every at least a year, every year or every 2 years, you see somebody defect from Bullet Club. Same thing with like how they defected from how Jay White defected from Chaos, how Jotto and Jito defected from Chaos as well. And you get stuff like that because you also got Show that just joined Bullet Club. So there's a lot of interesting things going on within on the New Japan part side of the Bullet Club. And Haiku Leo is with God, so he's pretty much gonna stick with the Glorious with the OGBC because he's been with them since he was a young boy. Um, but going back to it, going back to skipping all that, going back to the segment of Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus the Men of the Year. I thought that the match flowed smoothly. I really like the chemistry that they had, even though it's weird to say. Um, I thought Jericho still looks good. I thought this is one of the best that Hager has looked in a while. After the match, them with their interaction with Dan Lambert and all the American Top Team coming kind of Shield style, like did that kind of remind you a little bit how the Shield used to do things
One thing that
on
pissed
like
me off, though, right after this, you had Santana and Ortiz come out for their match.
hmm,
Why didn't they help their boys out?
Hopu.
Jericho and Hager.
Oh, I don't know. I'm that's the only thing I wonder why they didn't do that.
I feel like this is where AEW would benefit with a writer. Like, at least one writer, right?
Yeah,
Like, just someone who go up to Tony and be like, yo, maybe we should have Santana and Ortiz get beat up but win in, like, the first match. That way they have a story of not coming out to help Jericho because Sammy's already going to get jumped by Rusev, or Miro.
yeah. Well, did that happen before that match or after that match?
No, the Santana Ortiz thing was after.
No,
Dude,
but I'm
there's
talking
been
about
so
the
much.
Miro.
I think it was before. There's been so much wrestling. Like, I'm getting AEW and Rampage mixed up at this point.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I am excited for Sammy versus Miro.
I am too. I'm really excited for that one. Do you think that Sammy takes the title off of Miro?
I think if Wyatt doesn't debut, Lana debuts.
I could see that.
Because no one knows what Wyatt's non-compete is.
I thought it was still 90 days. So, but they found
There
out
are 90
supposedly.
days, but then Wrestling Inc. was saying he's supposed to show up tomorrow, but that would be 60 days. So I
I
don't
think there was a
know.
loophole. I think he requested to get let go of his 90-day cause at 60.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I think if Miro does win, it's probably going to be something dealing with Lana debuting on has his ballet or has a part of AEW roster.
Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you got to hold Lana off." I think you should debut her before her reality show starts, just so you have that mainstream. Because then you have Cody, Brandy, and Lana as stars who are in mainstream as well, right?
Yeah, I agree on that.
So yeah, I think it would definitely get at least a couple more women's eyeballs on the show.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
definitely agree on that.
what else do we want to talk about?
The 8-man tag match between PMP, Lucha Bros, and Hardy family. I thought that Lucha Bros and PMP worked really well as a unit.
Yeah,
Again, if they
but
were to,
they work together so much, right?
yeah, but they were doing like tag team maneuvers on them with like and it wasn't like Phoenix and Penta. It was Santana and Penta, or Phoenix and Ortiz. So I thought that they worked really well together. I thought that that team was made look really well by the Hardy family. Kind of sad that the Hardy family is kind of not working in AEW right now.
Yeah, I feel like Jeff Hardy got the better end of the booking right now than that.
I mean, I agree, because I mean, if you think about going back to Extreme Rules, Hardy looked really good in that triple threat
Crowd popped
with
for him,
Priest,
yep.
and they wanted him to win. I honestly, for a second, I did think that that Hardy was gonna win.
Yeah, towards the
So
end I did too, yeah. All
so
right.
I thought that was really well.
How
But
do so I enjoyed the women's match. I wish there wasn't interference in it. I understand that makes your women look strong, but I think with them getting the main event spot, you should have let it be a clean cut win.
yeah, I thought so too. But it made Ruby look really well. And she looked really resilient and really strong in that match. I do think that there's more to them, so I wanted more from that match. But I thought it was, well, for what they did. I thought it was really nicely done.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see.
Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. I thought it delivered more than I thought it was.
Oh
I
yeah,
will
because
give
you
you
thought
that.
Cody was gonna go over, right?
Yeah, but that usually happens though. Like if you look at the track record from Cody dealing with somebody that he faces that's new, like when you look at Lance Archer, when you look at Brody, like
Yeah.
stuff like that, you always see Cody come back and win. Which in this one, I was surprised that he lost. Which with the tactics that Malachi did was, I liked it. I liked the ending, regardless of what happened. I like the dissension between them and Art Anderson, that are they're kind of teasing in a sense, and then for Art Anderson to come back and say that Cody is a little bit too Hollywood for the crowd, that the crowd doesn't like him because he's a little too Hollywood. I thought that
So
that
when
was
did
a
this
perfect
happen?
little. The next day and they did an interview with Arn Anderson, and it got posted.
They gotta stop doing this YouTube shit, man, because people don't keep up with this.
No, but it wasn't on AEW. It was on another podcast that they did. That Arn Anderson did.
Yeah, okay. Um, where do so? You said you think Sammy loses as well, right? To Miro.
I want to say he's gonna lose, but I don't know. I'm really torn about this one, because I don't want Miro to lose because he's on a hot streak. But I mean, Sammy's over, so it kind of makes sense if they do put the title on Sammy, because maybe we'll get that MJF Sammy match that we all want.
Oh yeah, that would be fun too. I do want to talk about how over Luchasaurus was in that 6-man tag. At the end, that
I
crowd was wilding for him, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there was a spot in the match where he basically took on all three of them, all three of the super click guys, all by himself. Like he dodged the super kick, then dodged the the wheelhouse, or the whatever the kick is that Adam Cole does, and he took him out. He started taking him out by himself. I thought that it was. I thought Luchasaurus looked really. Honestly, I thought Luchasaurus looked better than Jungle Boy at some parts of this match.
Yeah, and that's one thing that kind of that's one of my pet peeves about AEW is like they have this young hot talent that's fans are like, oh, just wait, MJF, Jungle Boy. I want want to see one of these hot youngsters, whether it be Orange Cassidy, whether it be Sammy, whether it be Darby. I want to see one of them get into the title picture in a real storyline.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. I think I agree with you because I think that right now they kind of remind. I hate to say this because I know it's not true. They're kind of different, but they're kind of in that WCW level when they started bringing in WWE WWF guys just to get pop ratings, and it
yeah.
kind of feels that way in a sense. But I know they're still pushing their younger talent or the homegrown talent, so it's like it's kind of one of those double-edged swords that yes, while you're bringing in this top talent from another company, your homegrown stars are still kind of on the back burner. This is why I think that them putting the title on Sammy would be a good thing for them to do, because it shows that the homegrown talent also matters in AEW as well.
So we are almost 40 minutes into this, and we haven't talked about the CM Punk stuff yet.
Yeah, I thought that the match was good. There are some spots though that kind of had me like worried for Punk and had me worried for Hobbs. That freaking Hurricanrana that he did, Hurricanrana was kind of nasty, and but other than that, I mean, I was amazed that CM Punk was able to lift Hobbs.
Yeah, I thought Hobbs looked good. If this is leading to Punk and Ricky, I'm all for it. If this is leading to Punk and Brian Cage versus Ricky and Hobbs, I'm okay with that as well. But I want to see Hook do something because I am captivated.
I'm telling you, like these second generation guys have something about them. It's just like.
Didn't you feel this way about Michael McGillicuddy too?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. This seems like something
No. The reason I brought up Dominic on was it Wednesday or Thursday when we did the show with Angel was because these are second generation wrestlers that are not even they're training, but they get put on the main show with bypassing a lot of the stuff that these guys do. So if we see Hook in the ring, I would like to see what he's about. If he really takes on his dad's style of that gritty nitty gritty stuff that Taz did when he was active,
dude. And I'm gonna get some flack for this. He's a good looking kid. Like girls are gonna love him.
He's a good attraction. Like
he's a very attractive kid. Yeah, girls are gonna love him. We were in Houston. He got the Justin Bieber chance. Remember? So yeah, he could be that quote unquote bad boy that the girls are attracted to.
Yeah, no, like he got the same reaction that Sammy gets in a sense.
Yeah, have him, Sammy, and Darby all hanging out by the mall skateboarding together.
Bro.
So they remind me of the high school kids that like were the outcasts. Hang out by the mall, smoke their cigarettes, and skateboard. Those hooligans, like that's what they remind me of.
What if they become a faction called the Hooligans?
Dude, stop. No. That seems like such a Tony Khan thing too. But Eddie Kingston and Mox, this will be the last match we talk about on AEW, and then we'll go into our draft. Eddie Kingston and Mox versus Suzuki and Archer. I thought this was a good main event, but I feel like a lot of the audience, I think the audience tuned out of it by then,
Yeah, I mean, it was. I think it was all Rampage and Dynamite were taped on the same night, so I think they went a little bit longer than they expected.
And even the viewership audience, it's nothing against the New Japan talent, but whenever the New Japan talent come, like whether it's Hideo, whether it's Suzuki, the ratings do drop. So I don't think you should have kept him at the last match.
They're having the rematch at. I think they already did, or they're having the rematch at New Japan Strong. So I'm pretty sure that match is going to get over with the New Japan crowd.
I agree there.
They're going to probably get a better reaction than they did with AEW.
Yeah, for sure.
So I thought Homicide coming out was a pretty interesting thing because I haven't seen
Homicide. I was surprised Matt didn't pop for that. I thought that would be one of the first things Matt popped for.
Yeah, it caught me off guard, but I enjoyed the moment. I thought it was nicely done.
Was it spoiled for you, or did you not know watching that it was going to happen?
I didn't know it was going to happen. I watched it without the spoilers.
I had accidentally clicked on the spoiler because I used the site, not Wrestling Inc. Because Wrestling Inc. is very good about hiding their spoilers. I used some alternative site.
There's something I want. There's something I want to talk about though. About that I noticed. So Fightful released an article that had to do with the talks that WWE had with Fox and Fox executives.
That me, you, and Justin think it's all BS, right?
Yeah. So it's it was released by Fightful. Wrestling Inc. verbatimly copied everything that basically gave credit to Fightful and basically said exactly what they said. But other wrestling sites basically nitpicked what they wanted to put on their article. So while the article in itself was that there was some concern on ratings, but they basically threw it on. It was water under the bridge because of COVID. They basically all the talks have been positive between WWE and Fox executives. Same thing with USA. But
the main issue they're having is Peacock being promoted. That's the main issue they're having. Yeah.
And that's the same thing on the flip side. It's the same thing with USA because they're promoting SmackDown on USA. So
yeah. I do want to talk about Peacock too. Once we're done with this, but yeah, me, you, and Matt, me, you, and Justin. Once we saw this, we called BS on it right away. Me and you were nobodies, but Justin worked for Impact. He knows how ratings work, and he pulled up the ratings. And he's a busy man. He pulled up the rating and was like, "Yeah, this is stupid."
Yeah, no, I mean
makes no
the rating.
Sense. Yeah.
Regardless of the estimated ratings that they thought they were gonna get, Fox has been real happy with the ratings that SmackDown has been getting. It's always been between 1.7 through 2.4, 2.3 mil, and they land on the top spot when it comes down to the demo. So, I don't think there's any issues between Fox and WWE. It's their second year of the freaking deal that they have with them. They still got 3 years to go. So, we'll see. They even were open to if USA didn't want to deal with WWE after the contract ended with them, that they would be willing to take over the WWE network or
and put it on Tubi.
Put it on Tubi or put it on their own streaming platform. So that means that they're pretty happy with it. I mean, from looking at it from a business standpoint, I think Fox is pretty getting what they paid for, which on the opposite side, I think USA kind of wishes they had a little bit more, which is why I think Raw has become a little bit more better and why you're probably going to see a shift in talent in the draft, which is going to probably level
and major props to Big E saying, when it's a bad Raw now, it's on me. Like, for him being that young, first title reign, Drew McIntyre did it as well, so major props to Drew as well. But he's been around the business way longer, when they take that blame, when they're like, yo, it's on us, like, Drew didn't use COVID as an excuse, like that he was champion during the COVID era. Like, he was like, yeah, it's on me. I'm the champion. If ratings fall, if the audience isn't feeling it, it's on me. And I like how Big E and Drew both took that upon themselves,
Yeah, I think it shows a lot of leadership. And going to Sunday on Peacock. Do you want? Are you talking about the commercials that they were doing?
I didn't get the commercials. I got the audio issues.
Well, yeah, Peacock is still going through a lot of issues, but there was another report that the people that are paying $4.99 that aren't paying the full price were getting
Got
commercials at the
commercials during
wrong time.
entrances. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Peacock's trying to get them to upgrade to the $9.99 tier where it gives them full access without the
But
commercials.
here's the thing: if I have what did Justin LaBar say? Yes, Cox Internet, which is
Mm-hmm.
affiliate of Verizon, I'm guessing. If I have that whole package, and I'm one of your like very few cable subscribers left, don't give me commercials.
Yeah,
Which I'm
I know.
sure very hard logistically to figure it out. But you know what's not hard logistically to figure out? How to fucking put rewind on a fucking pay per view.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want them to come back to that because that's one thing I do miss about WWE Network, and that's the rewind and being able to start in the middle of the pay per view. So now you have to sit there and watch the whole thing before you go and pick and choose what parts you want to watch.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think that's it with all the rest of the stuff action that's happened in the past week. Whew.
Yeah. We are gonna do a mock draft. So, Elias is gonna take over Raw, and I'm gonna take over SmackDown. We're not drafting champions. Tag teams count as 2 picks, and we are and the NXT free agent pool is there. Obviously, guys like Braun, Scott Steiner's nephew, Parker, and them aren't in the pool. It's the NXT veterans, quote unquote, that are in the pool. So, Elias, you are Raw. You have 3 hours to fill. Who are your first 3 picks?
Um, I would take Edge.
Okay.
I would take Hit Row
Okay.
as
So you're calling up the whole
as a
faction.
team.
Okay.
Yeah, call up the whole faction, and I would probably put. Um, I would take uh, Kevin Owens and put him on Raw.
Okay. Even with the contract stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your first 3 picks, we'll do a quick repeat. Edge, Hit Row, and KO.
Yeah.
All right. So now, since SmackDown is a 2 hour show, I get 2 picks. I'm going to take
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, which I think we all think is going to happen. So I'm going to take Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre, and I'm going to take Keith Lee under this Bearcat heel gimmick.
Okay. All right, and then you go from round two. I would take Liv Morgan, Zelina, and Carmella as the team, and I would take. I would probably take. Uh, I would take Roman.
No champions.
Oh shit, he is a champion. My bad. I'll take Seth.
All right. So you're taking Seth Rollins, Liv, Carmella, and Zelina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am taking Shayna Basler because you can bring her over as a face or a heel now.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Shayna Basler, and I'm taking Dakota Kai. Because I think that replenishes everything. It takes what you took from me, right?
Yeah. I would take Io Shirai, Mia Yim.
Io's got a title.
Io doesn't. Oh, she's a tag team title. Fuck. I forgot she's a tag team champion.
Yeah, that's bad, right?
Austin Theory. I would take Mia Yim, and I would take the Mysterios.
Okay. Now you messed everything up for me because I was gonna take Legato later, just to do your little fantasy booking. But I will take John Morrison and Miz because they haven't had their match yet, so it would be at the tag team, and then I'd continue to break up on SmackDown, and I would take Ricochet.
Ooh. Wait, round 4. So we got last round, right?
Last round, yeah.
I would take Legato.
Okay.
And I would take I would take Street Profits.
Okay.
And I would take I would probably take the Dirty Dogs.
Okay. So now we're on the lower end of tag teams on my end. So I would take Jinder, Veer, and Shanky. Just because I need a tag team now. I was gonna take Legato, but you took them. So I'm gonna take Jinder, Veer, and Shanky, and I'm gonna take Sheamus on SmackDown as well.
Now, so basically, if I was on, it evens out it evens out the playing field when it comes down to tag teams, women's division, and everything. If I was booking for SmackDown, I would take Legato and take.
I was gonna take Legato, but you kind of took them before me.
I know, but since I took the Mysterios, I wanted to carry them over there.
Yeah,
but also, since I got Hit Row, I wanted to finish the feud on the main roster.
Okay. So I took Dakota because you took like the 3 undercard women. So I thought Dakota and Shayna could fill in well there. I got Ricochet, who's a solid mid-carder, you know. He could always have a good match against Apollo, Shinsuke, whatever you need to do there. Yeah. Took another heel tag team in Jinder and the Boys. Because you always turn the Usos face whenever. You also have Alpha Academy there. And I think Shinsuke and Boogs are also going to be a tag team once Shinsuke loses the title.
So, all right, go continue because I'm reading predictions from somebody on what they think, who they think is.
So I kept Morse. I brought Miz over because Miz is on Dancing with the Stars right now. So with Miz there, you got more of that mainstream appeal on local TV because Dancing with the Stars is obviously on local TV. You got John Morrison there as well. And then you got Drew and Keith, who you can face turn, heel turn with Sheamus and do whatever you need to do with Sheamus, Drew, and Keith Lee.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking it up right quick. So they're saying that Roman and Big E will stay on the brands. They're saying that Io Shirai is going to get called up from NXT.
Which, if she loses the title today,
that's what they're saying that might happen. So I don't know exactly. I haven't been watching. Yeah, so I'm still seeing what's going to happen with that. They're saying
that face you just made when you were like, fuck. It looked like you were like, fuck, I forgot to DVR NXT. Is that what happened?
No, I haven't. I usually keep them up. I usually watch NXT at the same time.
Oh, but you had to prepare for a draft. You know, you didn't have time for that.
Yeah. So, they're saying that AJ and Omos will get moved to SmackDown. Dakota Kai will get called up to NXT from NXT. Edge will get moved to Raw. And Tony Storm will get moved to Raw. And Asuka will get moved to SmackDown.
Dude, I would kill for Dakota and Sasha, dude. Dude, you know who you should have took that this guy forgot about too? Bailey.
Who? I think Bailey's gonna probably come out on. Probably Bailey's gonna probably come back on SmackDown.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'm like, that would have been a solid pick for you, you know? Like, if you took Bailey instead of Liv.
So here's Insight Sports is giving their predictions. Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler, Carmella, Bailey, Alpha Academy, Brock Lesnar, Shinsuke, Finn, and Natalia will get moved to Raw. And they're saying that Asuka, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Ricochet, Damian Priest, Elias, and Doudrop will go to SmackDown. And the people that are going to the call
What the hell is happening with Elias?
No idea. I'm here, by the way. I'm here.
Yeah, but what do you do? Okay, they always like to switch to mid-card titles, but that would really irritate me because I do not need Boogs and Shinsuke breaking off right now. And I also don't want to leave them off. I don't need them leaving McAfee either.
Yeah, I that's the thing that makes me sad because
is Corey or Byron experienced enough to where you could do Michael Cole for either of them?
I think they're gonna keep the 2-man booth for. I think Corey would do good on SmackDown
because Corey and Pat are friends outside of wrestling. Yeah. But I think if you keep the 2-man booth and you do Byron for Michael Cole straight up, dude, imagine McAfee making fun of Byron Saxton.
That would be funny as hell.
Also, this is a Moist Insider. You heard it from me first. I'm breaking news. We're going to get a Pat McAfee Baron Corbin feud.
I can see that.
I called it timestamp 56 minutes and 50 seconds. We're going to get a Baron Corbin and Pat McAfee feud. Elias, if you can clip this, I want to make a TikTok of Weekly Wrestling Heat where we just get our hot shot moments and we start TikToking them. We are going to get a Pat McAfee and Baron Corbin feud because Baron Corbin's being an asshole and Pat McAfee's making fun of him the whole time, and Pat McAfee's going to whoop that ass.
I can see that.
And I need you to clip that for me so I can send that to Pat McAfee because I think he's going to show it love.
I can see that. I also don't think that that Zoe and Io Shirai are going to lose the titles neither.
Thanks for spoiling the match for me, bro.
I don't know. I don't think they're losing. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just making a. I'm just saying. Like I'm not watching it, so I can't tell you.
How did you feel? A lot of people crapped on the whole Mandy Rose reveal last week. How do you feel about that?
I like the new look.
I like it too because Mandy Rose. She looks great, but they made it seem like she was going to be deformed or wearing a mask or something.
I thought that they looked well as a unit in the match. They look really good. This is the best we've seen Mandy Rose.
They look good before the match. You see my boy Trick Williams. He was about to risk it all.
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams was like, I can get another contract.
Promo skills. The promo skills need a lot of work, a little bit of work, but that's.
I would love the girls to accompany Trick and Carmelo as playboys. You know, Trick and Carmelo are Division I athletes who get all the girls. You know.
So, I also think, and this is just a prediction. This is from staying here, but they're saying that Raquel, Io, Austin, Johnny. All right, Raquel to Raw. Io to SmackDown, Austin to SmackDown, Johnny Gargano to Raw, and they're going to probably call back Samoa Joe to Raw or SmackDown, which I doubt that's happening. I don't think they're going to put Samoa Joe on the main roster.
If Gargano's not staying in NXT, I want him and Austin Theory to go together.
Yeah.
Because eventually when you have Austin turn on Johnny, dude, the crowd would erupt. I think it could be like a Shawn Michaels Diesel turn.
I could see that happening. So
Except
I
both
don't
men
know.
are more talented than Kevin Nash.
So Sports Kita. Well, never mind because it's
It's gonna give you 50 ads before you can read the article. Yeah.
No, supposedly that USA and Fox have had a say so in this year's draft.
Yeah, they probably know who they're gonna get.
Yeah. So, and it is confirmed that NXT stars are getting called up from NXT to the main roster, which I think they're probably going to get rid of the veterans that have been in NXT for a while, which will probably be like the main people that we've been talking about.
Thatcher, Austin, yeah, all them.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
Okay. Since I'm lacking on tag teams, the Grizzled Young Veterans on SmackDown.
I can see that.
Or Imperium. Dude. Yes. Oh my God. Can you imagine Imperium versus Bloodline?
Ooh. If they call Imperium up with Walter included.
Well, Walter doesn't want to move, apparently, right?
Apparently that has changed. Apparently Walter is making the move to the United States.
Oh. Let me call up some people, maybe Jinder has his number. I'll, hit up my boy Jinder, see if he can, hook it up.
Do you really have his number?
No, but I have it. One of my best friends is best friends with his fiance, so yeah, maybe I can figure something out there.
Hey, we'll see.
Elias, right, I need you to do one thing before going to bed. I need you to clip that video of me making my prediction, because I'm going to make us a TikTok tonight before I go to bed.
Okay.
Fuck these wrestling nerds on TikTok. They know nothing that they speak of. They all want to mark out for AEW only when there's multiple wrestling shows on TV, and no one's going to love the Impact. So I'm going to go on there, and I'm going to promote Impact for us, and for Impact. And I'm going to promote my boy H. Austin and my boy Josh Alexander. And our wrestling TikTok will be the biggest wrestling TikTok, bigger than Mandy Rose and Lana, by 2023.
All right, I'm going to clip this once we get done with that.
Okay, we probably won't get as many views as Lana, but, it's good to aim high.
I mean, it's good to have good prosperity.
Right. All right.
So I will say this: if Raquel loses tonight, it means that she's getting called up to the main roster.
I think if Frankie loses, she's getting called up.
I could see them reuniting Frankie and John Morrison.
Dude. Hi. Oh, man.
But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today. We'll be back next week. Do you want to come back on Friday? Oh, no, Friday's the first. We'll come back next Tuesday with the results of the draft, see if we were anywhere close to what we predicted. And we'll go from there. For the next
Tuesday, it's going to be weird because I'm going to Vegas. We'll figure something out. Yeah.
It's Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday.
Yo. Also, another clip moment. Yo, my boy Matt Cardona's getting fucked over by Effie. Who the hell is Effie? Why is my boy Matt Cardona
on this?
Why is Matt Cardona getting screwed by Effie?
I have no idea. I saw that and laughed. I was like, why are they doing this to Cardona?
It lies right here. Hey. Matt Cardona is not only getting screwed by Effie, he's getting screwed by the Destiny Hit Squad, which is my people. My Middle Eastern descended Rohit Raju and Raj Singh are also bullying Matt Cardona with Mahabali Sarah and I am getting very irritated because Matt Cardona is one of my favorites. Leave Matt Cardona alone.
I'm most definitely clipping this. By the way, if you watch NXT UK on Thursday, would be a good match to watch. Jordan Devlin versus crap, I just forgot who it was. Anyways,
William Regal's son?
No.
Benjamin Williams, the guy that was in AEW or whatever?
Joey Coffey.
Ooh, okay.
Joe Coffey. Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting.
Do you watch NXT UK? Because I got one question for you.
I watch bits and pieces of it. If a match interests me, I'll watch it.
Tell me about Pretty Deadly, because I've heard nothing but good stuff.
One of the killer tag teams out there in NXT UK. I need to see more matches. The one match that I did see was pretty badass. They're pretty solid, so. But we'll see what happens. I want to see more of them, so.
All right.
So
well, we'll be back next
all right,
week.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll talk about the results of the draft, and we'll talk about what happened on NXT and what happened on AEW this week, because this AEW is pretty stacked as well.
Follow us on TikTok. I'll let y'all know what the handle is next week.
Also, for the next couple of weeks, we'll be on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter exclusively. So we're testing out Twitter, Twitch, and Twitch, and YouTube, and then we'll be back probably by the end of next month. We'll be back on Facebook as well. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, from everybody here, Weekly Wrestling Heat, we are officially out. Peace.